Yeah, story about my name, Bros Bros. It all started with my brother. Last year, we were in my studio and we just fooled around and made a mixtape. So, and we are two brothers, so we just made a silly name like Bros Bros because it was catchy. You can say it like Bros Bros or Bros Bros. Everybody, kids can say it, elder people can say it. So I think it's just a good name, but it has nothing to do with my hairstyle, you know. So, I got into music. When I was 14 years, I think. I came from some sort of musical family, not my parents, to be honest, but my nephews. They all played guitars and drums, and nobody played the bass, actually. And I also didn't know about that instrument, to be honest, but I wanted to be a drummer when I met music. And yeah, I told my mom, I want to do music and I want to be a drummer. She was like, hell no, you ain't gonna be a drummer. So then I loved always the groove of music, the thing that makes your booty go shaking, you know. And then I discovered I was really into Billie Jean and Michael Jackson back in the days, and I found out that the Billie Jean, not the drums, was the main part that made my booty going groovy. It was the bass that keeps on tim pum pum dum pum. And I was like, oh, what's that instrument? And then I bought myself my bass guitar with my first salary of a vacation job, and yeah, that's how I started playing the bass. When I was 15 years. I played with Nathan. He's an artist, a soul artist here in Antwerp, and we got the chance to do a lot of support acts of big names with him. So we did a support act for Simply Red, then Kool and the Gang, Pointer Sisters, probably a few more I forgot, and Seal was also one of them. And not that I have like big stories of these, but the nicest one was with Simply Red. We did a sound check, and the lead vocalist, he was like, yeah, I checked you guys out and I was sleeping during sound check, but when I heard the guitar solo, man, it woke me up, and I came check it out from the side, and we were like, oh yeah, thank you. But yeah, it was a nice thing that all those big artists like Simply Red, they're like huge, are still humble. And we also had with Seal, also with Kool and the Gang. These guys are just doing their thing, and that's the nicest thing I remember with all these big acts. They're just like us, regular people who are doing the job and have fun.
And so, yeah, like you said, you're actually a bass player, but how did you get into producing them?
I think it started off when I was already 16 or 17 with my own bands. We went to a studio, and you know, you're 16 years, you want to have your first record, and you see all these people in amazing studios, and you want to do that yourself. And I was really fascinated by all these knobs and lights and all this equipment. And I started getting into it, so I bought myself a good computer, and I started to producing songs, but on a really little level for myself and for my first bands. But now I'm doing it for 20 years now, and yeah, it's fun. It gives me the bigger picture of a song, because hey, you have the bass line, the guitar, and the drum, but I want to glue everything together and make something nice. That's how I actually got into producing. Yeah. When I was a bass player, I was in the back of the band, and as a producer, you're always in the studio and you're not stepping in that front in the spotlight. But it was also last year. I was after some sort of period in life. I came out of a relationship from 7 years, and I had all these bands, but I always felt that I had to do something on my own. Like with the crew, you always have to meet up. Hey, can you meet up Monday? Yeah. You cannot. Okay, then we go for Tuesday. When you're on your own, you can just go for it, and it doesn't stop. But like now, I'm making my own music, and that's also because I want to diverse myself from all the DJs. All the DJs can make incredible mixes, and they're like 20 years ahead of me, because I'm only starting. But I'm already producing for more than 10, 15, 20 years. So that was the reason that made me change the whole point of view of doing DJ. I see DJ now as, I use turntables, or like CDJs, not real turntables, to play music I love and I like, but also to what I make. And yeah, in the future, I want to implement real instruments with it. The biggest influences as a producer are, I love soul music. Soul music, R&B, hip hop, everything with a strong, mainly black voice, because it gives me something more than everything else. You know, I'm really into old school funk, old school soul, all these legendary old school tapes with from Prince, Michael Jackson, name it, Curtis Mayfield, Kool and the Gang. If I make a song, if it's house or it's hip hop or it's R&B, you just think about all these grooves, you know, and you learned playing the bass with. Mainly all those people I'm working now with are really close friends of me. Like Daryl Cole, I met a couple of years ago when we did a live show. I supported him as a band with the whole crew, and then I just called him a couple of months ago. I said like, "Hey Daryl, I'm making my own tracks. You want to listen?" And that's how the collaboration started. With John the Gold, he told in one of my videos that he was like fangirling at a show of mine. And then I invited him also to my studio and I said like, "Hey man, let's do something together, let's try." With Fred, just the same. We work together in a fashion store. But now, yeah, the upcoming releases, so I have now 3 duo releases. And there's plenty more to come, but yeah, I can't say which one are next, but they're nice people coming up. The Journey is my upcoming EP/album. I don't know yet how many tracks it will evolve. I have too much, to be honest. I can tell you the story already, but then I give a lot of information, and I don't want to do that because there's a cool idea with it. It's gonna be released around September. So yeah, it's end of September, I believe. It's gonna contain the 3 songs I have. It's gonna contain the 3 instrumentals I have, but they're instrumentals. So you can already guess it's gonna be with collabs. So I'm gonna change all these tracks, and so you basically know 3 and 3 on almost songs. So there are 6, and I still have some extras. How I come up with the duo releases? Well, to be honest, Jim of Weed is Good helped me out with that. They are helping me with my PR, and yeah, you have to do something different to step out a bit. And he said like, let's do duo releases, like 1 real single and 1 instrumental. And I was like, yeah, I like the idea, but why? Because it gives me, 1, I do a collaboration. You hear a song produced by me and made by me, working together with another artist, and the instrumental gives my 100% flow what I do at that moment. Because like Melody, No More, For My Money had it instrumental also, but you never heard it. It was straight a single song. So, but on the other hand, if you ever have like these LPs or cassettes, like in the beginning, they also had a B-side. And a lot of times they were like just demos or shitty mixed, and that's how we came up with that idea. My dream collaboration. It's a good question. Nobody asked me about. No, nobody really asked me. I never thought about it myself, to be honest. Give me a minute. I would say Michael Jackson, but yeah, rest in peace. Good one. As a producer, with another producer.
No, with an artist, with a singer, rapper.
Okay, but let's say with Kate Renata, for sure, we would make the sickest track, in my opinion, for sure. So that's an easy one. But with a singer, yeah, I can say like this big artist now, like Anderson .Paak or something, and it will be very cool. But I'm really thinking now. It's a good question. Dr. Dre or Ice Cube, or really these really old school hip hop where I fell in love with it 20 years ago, and then now really on the quiet side because yeah, they're retiring also. If Dr. Dre would do a verse on it, it will be shocking. So locally, I'm already checking a lot of collaborations out at this moment, and I really like Dutch Norris. I really do. This guy has made big moves. Definitely the last couple of months, he's making his own style now. He's his own he has. I don't compare him with Kendrick, but he has this vibe as Kendrick. He's not ashamed to try something new, to also with his voice. So he's one of my go-to local guys. Definitely a very difficult question, because I have some people already who I'm working with, you know. So no, Dutch Norris at this point. I asked him, by the way, last week, so maybe. Yeah, Aäron Blue would also be like one of the big influences, because he shaped me also in this way of thinking in music. So yeah, no, family is great. I'm just it's funny. The reason why I ask it is because I'm just I got back from Ibiza with my family. We had a holiday for my mom's birthday. So, and we had of course, if you go on holiday with your family, you have the greatest time. So I'm still in this holiday mood. So I hope nobody will kill this vibe.